In this video, my friends and I got permission to fossil hunt an active quarry right here in North Alabama. Now what's special about this quarry is that 320 million years ago, it was at the bottom of the ocean. And this was a time period when sharks were diversifying to unprecedented levels in the oceans, and the seafloor was dominated by invertebrates like crinoids and blastoids. Now if you don't know what those animals are, I can assure you, you will be seeing plenty of them in today's video. And so with that being said, I hope y'all enjoy. Chase, we haven't even been here 5 minutes, and he's hitting rocks like a madman.
There it went.
What you got?
Little microscopic shark little tiny shark tooth.
Let's see it.
It's the
point it out.
Is the lighting good? It's right here.
Things are so hard to see. Yep.
Little bitty guy. There look like one up here too.
A lot of small shark's teeth here. A lot of other stuff. I'm literally climbing over rocks right now. And y'all remember these from my last video. These big bryozoans called Archimedes. This was the internal coil inside. And we got crinoid stems. What's up?
Petelodus.
Oh, petelodus right in front of me.
What's this?
Little petelodus shark's tooth. It is a shark, right?
Ratfish relative.
Ratfish relative, okay.
You know,
solid.
Chondrichthyan, yeah.
I want a good petelodus today. There's all kinds of weird stuff around here. I'll look over here a little bit. Just gotta not trip and fall and die. Oh, look at all the Archimedes in that. That is crazy right there. Check it out, y'all. This big old plate right here. You got that big Archimedes running down the center, and you just look at the crinoid stems. The amount of crinoids and the bryozoans, it's just crazy. Pretty much every rock out here has some form of fossil in it. Right here we got my buddy Christian. Now Christian, tell us what you do.
I am a science educator and paleontologist that works for Jacksonville State University out of Jacksonville, Alabama. And I work at the Little River Canyon Center in Fort Payne. It's the one of the largest canyon systems in the southeastern U.S. and one of the best looking natural preserves in the state, in my opinion.
Heck yeah,
and,
man.
I'm collecting a few fossils for me and my students.
There you go. There you go, yeah. Christian's gonna be joining us today, as well as Chase over there and all these other members we got out here hunting for Carboniferous marine fossils. And let's see if I can't get me something good. A lot of this is kind of caked over in mud a little bit, I've realized, but we'll make do. So check out this big old crinoid stem in the rock. Oh no, it's just crumbling.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's popping right out of the rock. I'll take some of these though. Got you a little tooth?
Got a little micro tooth.
Christian got him something here.
I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but right there.
Make yourself important.
A little something.
A tiny little speck.
Yeah.
Yep. You'll definitely have to get me some pictures of that afterwards if you're keeping it.
Absolutely. I mean, I keep everything I find if I can.
Absolutely. Awesome. Yeah, look at this crinoid stem though. It's just, it is unfortunately crumbling, but it definitely would have been a good sized one. Yeah, look at that.
Micro, all right.
Yep. Check out this other big old piece of crinoid stem in the rock right there. Got a couple other bits and pieces and like probably bryozoans and stuff in there. Nothing too crazy, but I'm realizing very quickly that there is a lot of rock and a lot of ground to cover at this site. We got the other side over there too, but it's just a bit of luck finding stuff out here. On the top of this big old rock pile here, I've got this big old plate of just nothing but fossils. Again, a big Archimedes in the middle. You can see all the bryozoans in here, all the crinoid stems. I know I keep showing off plates like this, but it's just insane to think that this was the ocean floor over 320 million years ago, and this was all just piled up there, and it fossilized, and we're getting a glimpse as to what it looked like all the way back then. Kind of crazy. That is more Archimedes bits right here in this rock. There's a lot of those. Let's see. Trying to stay out of the shadow here. Archimedes on that side. That's by far the most recognizable and common bryozoan out here. Although we do have bits like this. I guess it's called the fenestrate bryozoans. Oh, and y'all hear that? Somebody, Chris over there, has the rock saw. He's found him something good, and he is cutting it out. So y'all are probably going to be hearing a lot of that in this video. Yeah, check out that bryozoan right there. That is nice. Awesome. And right here, fellas, I was just right there, that last clip I showed y'all. I moved to about right here. Y'all see that? I'm pretty sure that is the bottom of a crinoid. That is the calyx right there. Yep, you can see the stem going down. Calyx, this would have been the main mass of the crinoid head. And then from there, the arms would be going up. They're kind of disarticulated right there. That is pretty cool though. You don't see those a lot. That's a first for me. First articulated crinoid calyx with stem right there I've ever found. Nice. Y'all, this is pretty crazy. Right about there, that's where I found that first crinoid calyx embedded in the rock. And then up here, I bent down to look at this. That's another crinoid calyx. And I think that, oh, that's loose. That's crazy. They're just loose on the surface here. That is wild. No telling what ID that is, what species. I am horrible at crinoid IDs. That would have been where the stem attached in the middle there. That is awesome. So I wish I could have got it on camera. I moved down a little bit on this hill and I was looking at this rock. It's got a lot of Archimedes and such in it, and the usual, but something caught my eye in the form of this right here. That black speck, obviously, I don't know what it is, but usually that black stuff out here with that shininess to it, that's usually some sort of tooth. I'm not even sure if it is a tooth, but I'll probably get Chase to check this out here in a bit, and we'll see if we got us something good. You know, there's always something nice about these little hash plates like this that I just love, especially ones like this that are really easily displayed. Definitely gonna keep that one. Nothing on it's loose, and other side's very muddied up and not the greatest, but you can see a lot of detail. So many crinoid bits and bryozoan, and that big old Archimedes in the center next to that crinoid stem section. That is so cool. So many fossils out here. It's actually stupid. Let me set that to the side real quick. Y'all can see. Ugh. Can I move? Oh no, that's stuck in there. That bryozoan bit right there, fanning out. That looks pretty cool. So showing Chase the little piece I found earlier with the black speck in it.
Tough to say. It's
tough to say.
Might be a phosphate pebble too. I'm not quite sure.
But while Chase walked up here, he gave me this big old chunk of a blastoid. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's a big old boy right there. Blastoids. I don't know if y'all remember from my last video, but they were these animals that would grow out of a stem, kind of like a crinoid, and they would filter feed with these big old heads, and the little ridges you see right there would be where the I guess pinnules would be. I guess that's what you call them, the filter feeding apparati. So that's pretty cool. That would have been a big old boy. So right now I'm gonna head back to my stuff. As I was walking up, I'm surprised I haven't seen more of these today. It's a little horn coral. Is it loose? Oh yeah. Pretty little feller. I think he's, oh yeah, he's a little, actually, he might not be too broken. That's a keeper right there, I think. Nice. By the way, that's totally not a bad omen right there. All the buzzards circling something over there. That's not scary at all. Oh my gosh. I literally just filmed those buzzards 2 seconds ago, and I grabbed my bag and I keep telling myself I'm gonna move over to chase, and I looked at this big old hash plate. I'm like, okay, another Archimedes, brachiosaurans, and I flip it over. That's a freaking crinoid head. That's another calyx. That'll clean up really good. Hopefully. Let's see. Yeah, he's in there too. Awesome. I think I'm gonna keep that, probably. It is a little bit of a big piece, but run some water over that when I get home. Get it cleaned up. That's gonna look cool. Y'all check out the crinoid piece. This is it. Cleaned up a few days after the hunt. All I did was run some hot water over it and scrub it a good bit with a toothbrush, and all that mud and stuff came off the top, and look at that. You can see the bottom of the calyx there. So you can actually see part of the stem coming out right there. You can see the arms going down into the rock. I thought about sending this off and maybe getting it prepped out a little bit better. But yeah, that is a really, really cool piece. Definitely one of the best crinoids in my collection right now. Check this out right here, y'all. I'm on the other side of the road now. We're over in these piles of rocks. That is the biggest crinoid stem that I have seen out of here. That's a good size. You can see a lot of that detail. So much detail. All those round bits you find out here loose, that's what that is right there. That's the single sections of those crinoids. That is awesome. And then this big old slab right here, you've got one sort of disarticulated calyx right there. Another actually disarticulated piece right there. All those bits right there are crinoid. And then another good calyx right there. You can see the back end of it really well, that shape. And then some of the arms coming off of it right there. That's cool. Thinking about cutting this out, but we don't know how fragile the stuff is here. I don't have experience cutting stuff out like this, and neither does my friend Kendall here. He's the one who found this. But yeah, man, that's cool. Yo, look at all this weird mineralization on the rocks here. I don't know exactly what that is. I don't know if that's pyrite or what. See all that shininess in there. That's pretty cool. I've been noticing that along the bigger rocks out here. You can see more over there, kind of. Interesting stuff. All right, fellas, I have done it. I found one of my first Blastoids of today. Y'all see that right there in the middle? That's a pretty decent sized one. That right there. It's a little compressed, I will admit. It's a little crushed. Usually these are a lot more symmetrical. But yeah, that's a pretty cool one. You can see the bottom kind of smooshed right there. That's a keeper though. I love me some Blastoids. You know, I keep telling myself I need to leave the camera on after I film a clip just for a few more seconds in case I see anything out of the corner of my eye. Because of course that last Blastoid I find, as soon as I turn the camera off, I look down and there's another piece of one. It's a section. Pretty worn, pretty broken. You can see some good detail in there though. The preservation here seems to be quite well for these Blastoids. So if we just find one that's not compressed or smushed or anything else, hopefully they'll be quite pretty. I'm seeing some more crinoid stem bits in there and all kinds of stuff in this loose gravel. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be looking through some of this more for sure. No matter what fossil site I'm hunting or where I am in the state, it seems like McDonald's always calls. I mean, anyways, we got this nice hash plate right here. A bunch of just random little bits of more crinoid and stuff. That might even be a little Blastoid. I can't really tell. Yep, you can see the internal structure of that crinoid bit right there really well. Kind of got a star pattern. Okay, Christian here says he's got a...
I have a Pelodus too.
Pelodus. Oh,
it is a gob smacker. Look at that.
That's a, you know, understatement, rather.
And Chris was nice enough to use his saw to cut it out for me. I got to get me one of those.
That's so nice, dude. Congratulations.
I'm going to do a little prep work on it when I get home, and this is definitely going to my teaching collection.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I always talk about the Paleozoic sharks that used to swim over Alabama, and when I say some of them were the size of goldfish and some of them were the size of great white sharks, my kids were always like, whoa!
Yep. Awesome, dude.
Education is the main mission.
Absolutely. That is the goal right there. I want something akin to that.
Yeah, right?
But fingers crossed.
Hey,
That's
I
awesome.
found this in the road.
What?
Yeah, it was in the dirt in the road on a block that was in a tire track. Somebody had ran over it.
Oh, you're okay. I'm about
So
to
keep
be.
your eyes peeled where people aren't looking.
I'm about to be crawling through the mud, man.
No problem.
This is not what I expected right here. So, I was kind of walking up this way, making some distance, and I saw these two big rocks here, and I noticed this little black speck right here, which is some sort of tooth, I believe. It's something right there. And we were looking around. There's just more more black specks in here, and looks like something right there. Oh, you got something?
Yeah, here's a bigger one.
Right here. Oh yeah.
It's a little substantial than the rest of them.
Heck yeah, man.
All these boulders in here just have them poking out at odd angles.
Yeah, I saw one over here. I'll show y'all on the camera. Where were you? Ah, right there. Definitely something. I don't know if these would be worth cutting out with the saw. Not 100% sure on that. Okay, there's a shiny one right there.
But a couple of them are worth cutting out, especially this bigger one over here.
Yeah.
And there's another one that's kind of larger on this side too.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a solid amount of teeth in these two rocks. So even though they're very, very common out here, you can see a bunch on the rocks right here. Look at this big ol' Archimedes. It's a pretty decent sized one for being loose like this. Got anything, Chase?
Horrible crinoid.
Horrible crinoid.
Yeah.
How do you think the crinoid
The
feels?
audiences need to see that.
Oh,
I mean, the one you kicked off to the side tossed toward me looks pretty
That
good.
one's fine, I guess.
yeah, that is a pretty nice little crinoid right there. Cool.
Oh, to be so fossil rich, you toss a crinoid like this.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
How dare my steak be too juicy and my lobster too buttery?
Now, if y'all might remember Chris here from a previous hunt. Yeah, he was hunting with us over in some Cretaceous creeks a while back. But he just found this piece right here. Look at this big old stem right there from a crinoid. And then right next to it is a nice little blastoid. I think there's another partial blastoid right there. Heck yeah. No, just to find an entire calyx of it. I think there's a little bit disarticulated right there. Cool. Crinoids everywhere, man. It's so cool just seeing all of the articulated crinoid stems when you're out here. Just seeing what it would have looked like in life laying on the ocean floor. Calyx is nowhere to be found. It's probably buried up in here somewhere. Not coming. Nah, not quite. But yeah, it's cool seeing them and imagining what it would have looked like in life. And right next to it is a section of blastoid right there. But yeah. And we have struck again with the crinoids. In this rock, we have a disarticulated calyx right there. Oh, and a freaking crushed, flattened blastoid right there. And then down here by my thumb, nice little calyx right there. Oh, it's loose. Whoa. Look at that.
Petelodus.
That was a beautiful jump chase. That was very, you know.
Filming, I'm gonna
I am indeed filming.
cut.
Now, right next to the spot where I found that disarticulated the little crinoid calyx, right down here, those are, oh, check that out. Those are crinoid arms disarticulated in the rock there. I wonder if that was from the same one. They're right next to each other. Pretty cool. So Christian and I think, are going to be heading to the other side here. And while we're walking across, we're taking it very slow, very steady, because if you remember, he found that Paleolithus in the road earlier.
In a tire track.
In a tire track, yeah, which was in beautiful condition. And so we're kind of just taking our time, seeing if we can't find anything. Hopefully some of this over here will be weathered out pretty well, and hopefully we'll find some good stuff. Oh, Chris is joining us. Let's go. Check out this piece that Chris just found. Nice crinoid, calyx and arms right there. That is cool.
Really good. See if we can return it out, cut it out.
Yep, he's thinking of cutting it out. Gonna go for it?
Let's try it.
Let's try it. I love the smell of silicates in the morning.
Oh yeah. Silicosis.
Okay, go ahead.
Moment of truth.
Moment of truth here.
Ooh. Yeah. Beautiful.
Check it out. Get it in the light. That is a beautiful crinoid
Very
calyx.
good crinoid.
Who found it? Me.
Chris did. You don't get to see it, Chase. No.
I can't. Get you demonetized.
Demonetized. Funny thing is, I'm not even monetized, buddy. That's awesome right there.
What monetization?
Look at this fat with a PH. Fat
With a
Blastoid.
double T.
Double T.
Dummy thick.
Blastoid. That's a big old boy right there.
Demonetized.
Ted. Demonetized. There you go. Nice.
Found it.
Good job, Chris. Y'all just look at the quarry out here. It's an active quarry. You got dump trucks moving along. You got all kinds of machinery out here. Look how much ground. Just imagine how many fossils are out there getting pulverized and
Don't
crushed.
say that kind of thing, man.
I had to say it.
There's at least 14 themselves.
At least 14. My goodness.
4-inch Psammodus tooth right under the wheels of that excavator.
No. By the way, pardon the rock saw in the background. Chris is cutting something out. But if you guys are enjoying this video so far, be sure to drop a like down below and subscribe if you're not already. Subscribing definitely lets me know that you guys are interested in the content and want to see more. And so I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. I'll definitely be getting more content out for y'all in 2026. So I hope y'all enjoy those. But yeah, if you're not already subscribed, be sure to do that. Show some support to the channel, and let's keep it moving.
Like chunk.
Yeah, right. Look at this big old chunk of rock right here. Look at the lithology on the top here. You see all these crinoid bits eroding out. Got a couple pieces of blastoid in there.
Loose enough to pop on. Yeah, wow, that's some really nice detail.
Yeah, and the color too. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. You don't see a whole lot of that out here. Big crinoid stems. If only we found some blastoids that were not in the rock and actually able to get out. Oh well, I'm sure we'll find some more out here. So there's so much ground to cover, man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
And it's always being renewed, too.
Yep, always being moved around out here. Check that tooth out right there.
Is that the ones with 3 crowns?
Yeah, it's got the little accessories.
That could be very nice. That is a Glikmanius cariforum, correct?
Yeah, should be.
Should be. Nice. I'm sure that's going to look really nice prepped out. Chris is going to cut it out here. Heck yeah. I'll put a picture up on the screen right now of what the Glikmanius would have looked like. Very cool looking shark. All the sharks from the Carboniferous were very weird.
Now you have someone here who knows a little bit about Glikmanius. A little bit.
Yeah, if y'all didn't know, Chase is one of the people who helped scientifically describe that shark right there, Glikmanius cariforum. Pretty cool. Update on the Glikmanius tooth that Chris found. Look at that right there. That is a beautiful little tooth right there. right in the rock. You can see it's got a cusp on the left and on the right side, and then the median cusp down the middle, and that very broad, flat root.
I appreciate it.
A lot of Carboniferous sharks look like that, honestly. Their teeth, at least. That is amazing.
This is a good rock. Just gotta see them.
And then just a few feet away from where we found that glick. Look at that piece right there. That's some coral. Ugh. Head of coral right there. Check that out, Christian.
Oh, dude. I love me some coral now.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I found a piece of broken limestone that was like the inside of this, so it shows the growth rates going up.
Okay. That is pretty cool. I did not expect to just look down and find that.
That is great.
Heck yeah, dude.
I could probably
So-
get this to species.
Guys, I think we have found, personally, my find of the trip. You can see it right there. That's a big piece. That's, yeah, like Chase's thumb size.
I got a chunky thumb.
He got a chunky thumb. So what did you say that was?
So this is a cochleodoniform called Psammodus, Psammodus.
Okay.
And it's one of the bigger chondrichthyans you get out here. It's related to ratfish.
It's a shell crusher tooth, right?
It's a shell crusher, yeah. You can see,
Wow.
got a good cross-section view of it as well. It would have been, this would have been in the middle of the jaw, probably. Or at least closely associated, so it would have terminated kind of like, probably like here, or maybe have turned back. But this is a significant amount of it. I mean, you've got probably 4/5 of it.
Is that right side broken, or is that whole? That's
This,
complete?
it looks complete from here, because you're just getting the edge of that. There probably would have been another plate right here, a more lateral plate. But no, these are cool. A lot of these have been described from Scotland. And yeah, we don't have very many of them. If I recall, we've got three out of the Bangor so far. There is one from the underlying Monteagle that we have at the Alabama Museum of Natural History that's like...
Yeah. So you're saying this could be the 4th occurrence of this animal in the Bangor limestone. This is what the geology we're in right now, the Bangor limestone.
Yeah, I don't know what other institutions have, but I can attest from like our field work, which is very extensive, and the Alabama Museum of Natural History, there are not many of these out there.
That is pretty cool. That is just not what I expected to find. Heck yeah, I've never even heard of that genus before.
Yeah, it's one of the over 50 different cartilaginous fish we get out here, so.
That's crazy.
It's wild.
Find of the trip for me, that is, yeah. You can see the detail.
Interesting wear pattern right there as well. Strange.
That is cool.
Little pitting. That's a little fracture in it, but
Yeah.
that's how the Paleozoic works.
This thing, we are the first people to see the shark's tooth in 320-ish million years. Chris, check this out, buddy.
What's up? Let's see if he knows what it is.
Okay, yeah, we'll see.
I think I've taught him well.
If he doesn't slip and fall.
What we got here?
It's calcite crystal.
Do old low. Is that a Psammodus?
Alright.
Bingo.
I've done a good job.
Well, I found 2 already, so.
He's the one who's found like half of them.
Yeah. That is awesome right
Wow.
there.
Who found it?
Me.
Good
Yeah.
job.
Thank you.
Really putting it to chase. He ain't found one yet.
Dang.
Whatever you say,
That is cool.
Boomer.
I wonder if we could cut.
Yeah, oh yeah, we can cut it.
Yeah, we're cutting that. So I left my Psammodus right over there on that hill. We're gonna come back to that later and prep it out. Oh man, let's see. Chris goes, there's a petelodus.
That's not petelodus.
No, it's not?
No, that's the weird one, isn't it? It's the
Harpacodus?
Harpacodus.
Maybe.
There's a lot of Otis out here.
Yeah, it
It is
is.
a Harpacodus.
Yeah.
Nice.
You need to see it.
Oh man.
Harpacodus.
Get out my light, Chase. That is nice right there. Hey, look at the shape of that crown too. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's that's gonna be a nice cut right there.
That's the first one I found.
Yep. Awesome, dude. Right on the surface.
Beautiful.
You know, it's crazy. We've already found so many really, really good shark's teeth out here, and we've only been here for, I don't know, just 2 hours maybe?
Yeah, it's been
roughly.
about 2 hours.
Yeah. Christian got that good Phalodus. Chris found that good Harpacodus and the Glikmanius. I just found that Psammodus. Yeah, we're still going to keep going.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of ground to cover, as you see right behind me.
I ain't leave until they make me leave.
Yeah. There's all this rock right here that I'm about to be picking through. Let's hope that I can find me a nice either petelodus, Harpacodus, something like that sticking out of the rock, just like Chris did. That's awesome. So I'm sure y'all have probably noticed by now, a lot of the rocks that we're looking through here, or at least in this section of the quarry, don't have a lot of those like death plates of all the crinoids and Archimedes and all that. But where we lack in those, we're definitely finding more good quality teeth. My goal is a good, just nice display piece shark's tooth that we can cut out of the rock. Don't get me wrong, that Psammodus was good, but we had to leave that in the rock. I don't think we're going to be cutting that one out just yet because we don't have any paraloid or any sort of consolidant glue to, you know, keep it intact from all the vibrations from the rock saw. So yeah, I'm just gonna be looking through down here, seeing if we can't find something good. Also, it is a very sad day for this Blastoid. He's smushed into the rock, man. Rest in peace. Literally, just a few minutes ago, you heard me say that we're not finding a whole lot of the crinoid bits in Archimedes and stuff. Look at that. There's a freaking crinoid calyx with arms coming off of it right there. Another good one. Did not expect to see that right here. Got more bits of crinoid in here too. There, all over. But I want a shark's tooth. Give me the shark tooth. That is the cliff right there. I need to be very careful. I'm probably gonna make my way up a little more just so I'm not so close to that thing drop off. I feel like a mountain goat climbing up these rocks too. Ooh. Finding a couple more of these fossil, like the hash plates here of just the conglomerate. Got some Archimedes over there. Nice size horn coral right there. It's been weathering out a little bit for a while now, I can tell. And then on the side here, we've got a nice little brachiopod shell. You can see the detail on that really well. And then right here, actually, oh yeah, it's loose. Got another little brachiopod shell, not too bad at all. Looks like it's only one side. I wonder if I can pop him out. Hey. That's pretty good. Cool. So the foreman for the quarry is telling us we need to get ready to wrap up and head out of here. But Christian, last minute, found a nice shark's tooth. Now, Harpacodus?
Again.
Another Harpacodus, let's see it.
It's a bit of a tricky one to get out. It's stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Literally.
We got it.
Nice little tooth right there.
Oh yeah. Big thanks to Chris and his power tools.
Absolutely. Big thank you, sir. There you go.
Thank you.
Awesome. I'd say we did pretty good today, fellas.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So, it's a little bit after the hunt, and right here you can see the Psammodus that I found a little while back on the hunt. What I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave this with Chase over here. I'm gonna leave this with Chase. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this with Chase though. He's gonna help prep it out a little bit, and I think we're gonna be using this for one of the papers that Chase is working on right now. What would you say? It's kind of like an assemblage, just like a
fauna report.
Yeah, a fauna report.
Very extensive fauna report.
Yep. He's got like, what, over 50 taxa on this final report that he's doing on that layer of geology.
On the Bangor limestone.
Bangor limestone. And so this will be, I guess, mentioned in the paper and used for the study there. That is pretty cool. That is, you know, definitely my find of the trip, for sure. So yeah. As you guys could tell in this video, the Carboniferous was a crazy time for all kinds of different diverse species throughout the oceans of northern Alabama, and only a fraction of which we found in today's video. So let me know down in the comments if you guys would want me to hunt this site and similar sites to it in the future. I'm not used to hunting Carboniferous material like this on the channel, and it's definitely been a big learning curve for me. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it, and I will see y'all in the next one.